with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. The feds have raised interest rates again, and AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market, with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And when you look at where we are today, the consumer, 70% of the economy, is actually stronger than they were back in 2020.
The consumer is flatlining and getting saturated with all of the price hikes, particularly in sectors like grocery.
Yeah, they just can't tell the truth, can they? You think they'd get together before they go on the TV and talk about it, the fake Business News Network. Ridiculous. The consumer's struggling. You can't say the consumer's strong. He's not strong. Unbelievable. And what's really amazing is the rally that we are in now from that October low is failing. And I told everybody this would happen. I said, this rally's not going to last. They're not even going to get up to the high of July high of around 457. I said that would fail before we even got there. Never mind going up to the January 2022 high, where that is where the crash started, the 38% crash. It went from January 2022 to the infamous October 2022 low. Now, just common sense will tell you, if you go back and you look at the yields, because yields drive everything, it's interest rates. Yields drive what you pay for a home mortgage. We were paying, remember, 2.8% for 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, 2.9%. Now you're heading towards 7.5%, 8%. See, that means a lot. These yields mean everything. When the yields go up, that means the market's going to go down. I don't care what you try to do. Same thing. When we had that rally, think about from 2008, 2008 to 2022. Remember what happened? That was that QE. That's when we had rates. Remember, the 10-year rate was at 2.8% against the rate we have now, 4.3%. The 3-month yield was 0.1%. Now that's what, remember, 2.9% on the 10-year. The 3-month was 0.1% or 0.1%. That's against 5.4%. So how could you think a rally from the October low to where we hit just a few weeks ago, right around that 454 area, could sustain itself? I mean, only common sense tells you that. My God, we're paying nothing. Businesses weren't paying anything for money, 0 interest rates. That's why they're buying their own shares. That's why we had that big rally from 2008 all the way up to January 2022. But then what happened? It collapsed because yields started to rally. Yields started to go up. You can't keep doing QE. So anybody who thought the rally that started off that October low, everybody said, oh, that October low, this is it. We're going to rally big time. We're going to make new highs. We're going to go and we're going to surpass the January 2022 high of around 470. We're going to surpass that. Things are going to roll. I kept saying, no, it's not. Because common sense tells you, how are you going to sustain a rally with a 10-year treasury at 4.3, killing the real estate business? You're killing the real estate market. But when it was at 2.9%, of course you're going to have a great rally. Same thing, how are you going to sustain a rally from that October of 2022 to where we are now? When you have, again, businesses, they're going to go, they can't even get the money, never mind the rate. They were charging a small business to go in and they get a loan for, let's say, inventory. And they probably would pay about 4%. Now they're paying 8-9%. So they're not going in and get the money. So there's nobody's taking out loans. And so the economy's going to slow. And that's why the market's on its way back down again. And that's why we've been shorting the market when everybody else has been buying the market. And you can see it clearly. So it's always the yields. You got to watch the yields, but they never talk about the yields. They try to stay away from the yields because the yields are so easy. Once you understand what they are, you know exactly what the market is going to do as far as the direction, the probability. Is the market going to go up or down? Well, obviously, the market is going to crash. We can't sustain 4.3% with a 10-year treasury. We're destroying the real estate industry. So that's what's going on. So again, anybody that you hear telling you how great things are, and the consumer is strong, consumer's not strong. Remember, year over year, you take wages from 2022 to today, they've dropped from 9.3% to 5.3%. That's the real wage. Check it out. But they'll lie to you. But go check it out. You'll see it dropped from 9.3 to where we are today at 5.3. Consumers are really in trouble, big trouble. Their credit card balances are maxed out. They have record low savings. Remember during the pandemic, all the checks were coming in and they're subsidizing your house payment and child care and everything else. So you could take your whole paycheck and put it in savings. Savings went up to 38%. Now we're at what? 4%. Why, if things are so good, why are retirees going back to work? And 54%, or 3 out of 5 full-time workers, are now having to have a second job. Consumers are falling behind their payments. Their withdrawals, they're taking money out of their home equity, out of their savings, out of their pension funds. Defaults, commercial real estate, corporate loans, all in default. Chapter 11 bankruptcies is up 63% since 2022. But you have to sit there and listen to this garbage.
And when you look at where we are today, the consumer, 70% of the economy, is actually stronger than they were.
Isn't that awful? And when they keep telling you about how strong the consumer is and strong, everybody's got these strong jobs. The labor market's so strong. 79% of the jobs are garbage. They're service jobs, healthcare service, everything, waiters, bartenders, everything is service job, low-paying service jobs with no benefits or few benefits. And now Bidenomics going to step in. You know, Bidenomics, more green energy. And nobody can explain in the White House what Bidenomics is.
What do you think they're talking about when they talk about Bidenomics? What is that?
Well, that's the other thing is when you
hear him goes, well,
What do you think they're talking about when they talk about Bidenomics? What is that?
Well, that's the other thing is when you mix the dogmatism of economists with the impatience of politicians, you end up with a toxic mix.
What the hell does that all mean? I'll tell you exactly what Bidenomics is when I get back for the break. If I really told you what it is, they wouldn't let me back on the air after the break. So I'll be back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So Bidenomics, nobody even knows what it is. I'll tell you in a moment. First, let's talk about stocks. If you notice, the market is not doing anything. It's over. Remember, it makes a big difference when you have a 10-year Treasury yield at 1.1% compared to now over 4%. Makes a big difference when you have a short-term rate, which that rate affects every business, your car, your inventory. If you're going to want to loan it against inventory, you want to add on to your home. I mean, that's a killer. 5.5%. Used to be 0.1% of 1%. It just stops everything, stops the whole economy. And that's why we started to short the market. So people are sitting there in their 401ks now wondering what to do, and they're losing money. Yet we turned around and we shorted Ford. We shorted GM. About 10% each in those. We shorted Microsoft. We shorted Apple. We shorted the cruise lines. We're shorting the banks. The builders, we started to short Lennar. I kept telling my members, be calm, patience. We're going to nail the builders. They're the last ones to go down. And we started to short Lennar. Now it's plummeting. There's no place to hide. You're not going to go, everybody runs to Johnson & Johnson. It works for a little while, but then it collapses. Then you run to Coke. Then you run to Procter & Gamble. None of that works. You can't hide. So this rally that's gone up 20% from the October low, everybody's all excited. Everybody say, oh boy, this is it. I kept saying, no, it's not. These are tourists. These are tourists who are in there buying. Every time it pulls back up, they go in and they buy. And they're going to get themselves killed. The big institutions aren't buying. And that's why every time they buy, it rallies and it turns around, comes right back down. But going back to this Bidenomics, are you kidding me? Bidenomics has given us slow economic growth. It's increasing our national debt. It's increasing our trade deficits. It's increasing our borrowing. We have weak productivity because of it, weak manufacturing because of it. Unbelievable. One guy here's talking about how what's really helping us out is the, what act was it? Let's see if I can find what he's saying. Yeah. Listen to this one here. Listen to this. This is the Inflation Reduction Act. It's going to save us.
Well, I think one of the great things about this legislation is that it does so much, and you're restricted to maybe having a few words when you name your piece of legislation. It's not the most pithy name, but maybe you could call it the Economic Growth, Inflation Reduction, Deficit Reduction, Cost Savings Act.
No, I'm going to just call it what it is. Screw the Working Guy Act. Screw the Working Guy Act. Get this. How do you reduce inflation by giving a Democrat governor $2 million for a ski area, another Democrat governor $2 million for a golf course, $50 million for electric ferry boats, $50 million for one. There's going to be so many ferry boats around, it's going to be unbelievable. They're doing mass production of these ferry boats. Unbelievable. $50 million on one bird sanctuary. I could go on and on. That's what Bidenomics is. Want to know what Bidenomics is? It costs everything that the government does is going to cost you and me more. That's right. Biden went back to find, and not Biden himself, he's got all these young punks. They're all graduates from Harvard and Yale and all these liberal schools. They all go to the White House. They all want to be communists. They all sit there figuring how can we become, turn the United States into a Russia or into a, Cuba. So they sit there and they come up with these stupid ideas. Here's one of the stupidest ideas these young communists that graduated from Harvard came up with. They're going to update the Davis-Bacon Act of 1931. Only some punk from Harvard or Yale or Williams College, some liberal college would be working in the White House, looking around, do something as stupid as this. Davis-Bacon Act of 1931. So what they want to change is the prevailing wages. Prevailing wage. So that's just the prevailing wage is just a basic hourly rate, a wage, okay, that's paid in different given geographic areas, so that the government now comes in and tells you and me what we got to pay for wages. Let's think of it that way in simple terms. So the government's going to interfere, and they'll come in and say, oh, we looked around here. You're a boss. Oh, no, you got to pay this wage. You got to pay this benefit. Can you imagine? A couple of these liberal punks come up with that? That's what they're going to work on when they're letting thousands and thousands and thousands of people come in from over the border? It's unbelievable. Why don't they work on that? But anyways, so the prevailing wage, they're going to change the basic hourly rate because they want to pay more benefits to workers. So everything's going to be more example. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're a heavy equipment operator and you're on a federally funded construction project. Now, this has to all do with any kind of federally funded program, whether it's a bridge or whatever. So they're going to come in if you get federal funds to build a bridge and you're in Boston, they're going to tell you what you got to pay your people. So if you're right now an equipment operator, heavy equipment operator, you're making like $15 an hour. Now you're going to have to pay them $28 an hour. That's what it amounts to. But also, it's also part of their green energy program. That means everything is going to be more expensive. The cost of wind turbines, the electric charging stations, road repairs, because those are all federal programs. So everybody's going to get more benefits, wages. When we're broke, when the country's broke. This is amazing, isn't it? So what stocks do you buy? We'll talk about stocks when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang radio show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. Listen to this. We're talking about credit cards. Go ahead, play that one, Willie. Go ahead, play it.
Credit card debt crossing $1 trillion for the first time ever in the second quarter. The fact that we're seeing that rise as well, concerning?
Well, I think it's interesting, but I think the number to really look at is delinquencies, and delinquencies are at a 20-year low.
Okay, here's the headlines. Here's the headlines today. Two different headlines. Credit card debt, delinquency, skyrocketing. Here's another one. Credit card delinquencies, skyrocket. There's two right in a row. Credit card debt, rising. I mean, what's he talking about? Unbelievable. Americans show financial stress signs in a new Fed report. Credit card delinquency testing multi-year highs. Credit card delinquency test multi-year highs. Because people aren't making good wages, that's why. When you got nearly 79% of the people working service jobs, you're screwed. They just don't tell you the truth. So let's talk about some stocks. Because the only place you can make some money, if you learn how to sell short. And we'll teach you that. We'll teach you that. It's not hard at all. It's not. You just join the gang. Come online with us every day at your leisure. If you don't have time, it's archived, and you learn how to sell short. You have your kids do it. Anybody can do it. Why wouldn't you want to know how to sell a stock short? If the stock, like right now, right, off that October lows, we bought oil, we bought tech stocks, we bought travel stocks, we bought airlines, and we were up an average of, 15% maybe, 20% returns, 15. Now, they're going down. So if you're in a 401k, they're going to say, hold on, buy and hold. Hold, you got to hold now. Just hold, buy, hold, you'll be fine. And then cost average down. First of all, never buy and hold. That's a real loser right there, buy and hold. Are you kidding me? And even worse, don't ever buy on a dip when a stock's falling. Especially if you have a downtrend. If the trend is down and the stocks, just like what happened during the 2008 crash, like Enron kept going down, and people, and Kramer was out there every day, buying a dip, buying a dip. No. You buy only on a dip when the stock was going from $10 to $100. That's when you buy in a dip. On the way up, they pull back, and then they make a new high, you buy. But when you have a trend or every day the stock's going down and down and down, you keep getting in, think it's going to go up. It's not going to go up because you're fighting a downtrend. You're fighting a trend. You can't fight the trend. There's too many sellers. So you never cost average down. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So, give you an example. Apple. We waited for Apple. Finally, Apple started. It was perfect. On our color-coded chart, it started to turn red around 179. And it dropped down to a low of today around 171. Now it's around 174. Beautiful short. Beautiful short. And that'll continue to go down. We started a short. We shorted. We shorted Microsoft. Same thing. We waited, and finally it turned red on our color-coded chart at 332. Now, it started to drop at 347, but we don't sell short at 347 when our color-coded chart is still green, because it's telling us what we're doing is identifying how much money, how many buyers are still in Microsoft. So even though the stock was at 346, or let's do it, I'm sorry, let's start at 352. Then it went down to 347. Then it went down to 341. Our color-coded chart remained green, telling us don't get in because you still have too many tourists coming in buying. Too many tourists coming in buying. And then finally it turned red at 331. So we have a higher probability of Microsoft going from 332 down to, let's say, 232 than if we started at 358. Because let's say from 358 down to where it turned red, 322, you could have gone in, start to short it, and then all of a sudden you got all these tourists coming in buying, pushing it back up. When my chart turns solid red, it tells you the tourists are done. So you have a nice safe trade. That's when you start your short. So we've been shorting Microsoft. That's been doing well. We shorted Microsoft. We shorted Apple. Meta, we didn't start yet with that one. We shorted, we're just waiting to short NVIDIA. And by the way, when NVIDIA breaks, right now NVIDIA is trading around 432. If NVIDIA breaks 399, that thing is going to fall like a flying monkey. It really will. And then we shorted Tesla. Same thing. We started shorting Tesla around 259. Right now it's around 215. Same thing. When it started to go down at 292. So someone's going to say to me, well, why didn't you short it at 292? Why'd you wait to short it at 258? You left all that on the table. No, we didn't. No, because it's about risk to reward. I have a higher probability from to go down to 100 from 258 than I do from 394, because from 294 it was still green. 279 it was still green. 256 was still green. So it's telling me you still got all these tourists coming. And you still had institutions in there. They still could come in with a big contract to buy. But when it turns red, now the risk to reward's on my side. So now we can sell short from 356 and feel comfortable because it's solid red. That's how the chart works. And you got also on your side, the 10-year Treasury yield keeps going up. How could anybody think in their right mind that you're going to sustain a rally when at a 10-year Treasury yield over 4%, when the whole rally from 2009, we'll say, to November 2022 is about average of 1% on the 10-year Treasury. Now we're over 4%. So how could anyone think that this rally from October to where we are at the beginning of this week, never could that hold, and it's not. So we're shorting that. McDonald's, we started to short McDonald's. And McDonald's really started to break away. That was a good short. Started turning red around 290. We're now at around 282. It keeps going down. So we've been shorting all these stocks. And when you short, what a difference it makes. Rather than you buy a stock like McDonald's, and then you start, let's say you bought the stock, I don't know, at 282, and then it gets up to around 297. All of a sudden it goes down. You panic, you get out. And now you're going to look for another stock. Well, how are you going to make money? Because all the other stocks are going up too. So now you're going to buy a stock that's overpriced. That's why 85% of you lose money. Whereas all you had to do with McDonald's is sell it short around 290. Right now it's at 282 and you're making money. So once you learn how to sell short, it puts you at a big edge. It gives you a big edge. What a difference it makes. So just go to my site, philsgang.com, sign up where it says Get Started, and you for 10 days at your leisure. Everything's archived. My class is archived. Steve's, Willie's, they're all archived. You can do it at your leisure. And you're going to learn how to sell short. That frees you up. Then you don't care. You don't care what the yields are. You could care less. It doesn't make any difference to you anymore. More when I get back. philsgang.com. Check it out. Right?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market. What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. So here we go right here. So
welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so listen to this. This is Jim Cramer telling people to ignore the bonds. Listen to this.
I've been saying forever that the economy is actually in good shape. Something the Atlanta Fed seems to agree with me on, because it said that the economy is growing. The GDP is growing at like a 5.8% clip. Holy cow! We were supposed to fear the stock market when the 10-year offered low interest. Now we fear it when it offers.
You gotta wash the bonds. You never invest in a stock without knowing what the bond's going to do. It always tells you the truth. That'd be like saying to your son, he just started to drive and he's going to take a 1,000-mile trip, let's say from Boston to Colorado. He's all excited, he wants to go. So he's ready to go, and the father would say to him, son, ignore your gas gauge. Now, why do they tell you that? Because they know once you get educated to the bond market, it's hard for the brokerage industry to make money, because when they tell you to buy, and you look at the bond and you see the 10-year treasury yield going up, it's telling you not to buy. He did the same thing, him and Kudlow together, when Enron was going down. They both said, don't ignore the bond market, and bonds were going up and up, telling you not to buy, to short. They're doing it again. See, he's doing that to help his industry. Because your broker doesn't want you to understand what it means when the bond yield goes up. He doesn't want you to understand when the 10-year treasury goes up, it means the housing is over with. It's dead. No more refinancing. The oxygen comes out of the economy. Stocks drop. When the 3-month yields go up, oxygen comes out of small businesses. Small businesses, the backbone of our country. It's the backbone of our country. We have no country, no expansion, no economic growth. We don't get economic growth from Apple and Microsoft. We get economic growth from all those businesses in your community, those small businesses. That's where we get our economic growth from. Unbelievable, these people. They have no shame. Not at all. And listen to this.
I was meeting with home builders, and they were telling me then that about 60% of the cost of a new home is due to government regulation. And when you get an agenda like this, very radical and aggressive climate agenda, it's going to affect the price of everything.
Now, all these regulations didn't matter when you had a 10-year treasury yield at 1%, and you can get a loan at 2.9%, 30-year fixed rate, didn't matter. But now that's all going to catch up, because now you're going to have to buy a house with a mortgage no more at 2.8, 2.7. You're going to be buying at 7%, maybe even 8%. And now all those regulations catch up. That's how it works. The other thing Kramer was talking about, he was saying how, boy, the economy's going to grow to 5%. That's what the Atlantic Fed said. That's a bold-faced lie. Here's what they did. They lied to us about the retail sales. The other day they came out and said, look at this, retail sales are up 0.7%. Wow, this is unbelievable. The consumer's strong. Look at the money he's got. Boy, he's out there buying. He's buying it. Boy, he's strong. We got a great economy. Wow, that means our economy is going to grow from 2.3% to 5%. That was all a lie. Yes, retail sales went up 0.7%. But they were losing money. Retail sales were losing money. Sales were going up, not because more people were coming in buying more stuff. Prices were going up related to inflation. They had to keep raising their prices. So they go, oh, look at this. Retail sales went up 0.7%. What they should have said is, oh, boy, this is bad. Retail sales went up 0.7%, but look at this. Their earnings are down. Their gross sales are down. Oh, and the number of units, instead of selling 1,000 units like they did last month, they only sold 500 units. Their earnings are going down. But no, they're not going to tell you that. All they want you to see is, oh, sales went up. So what? Companies go broke when sales go up. It's not sales that keep you in business. It's margins. It's margins and units. I got to sell more units this month than I did last month. And I got to make sure if I'm selling hats at $10, and my costs are $5, I got to keep that margin between 5 and 10. That's my job as a good manager. I got to keep that margin. So all of a sudden now your sales start going up. Okay, all of a sudden your sales start going down, but your prices got to go up because more inflation. Your hats are costing you more. So you got to keep adding the prices, keep adding to the prices. They go up. Then they report next month. Oh, look at the hat company. Wow, look at that. Retail sales in hats went up 0.7%. Buy. But wait a minute. Go talk to the guy at the hat company. They sold 1,000 hats the month before. Now they're selling 600. Yeah, and they're losing money. But see, they don't tell you that. So that's why you get the truth with once you know how to use the yields, understand what they're telling you, and you get the color-coded chart. So like Microsoft, we knew when to pull the trigger on Microsoft, when to sell short. We knew exactly when to start selling short at 331. Sell short at 331. We didn't sell short at 340. We didn't sell short at 351. We didn't sell short at 358. We waited till we had the highest probability of success when it turned red at 331. If you just make 1% a month, that's a 12% return a year. You'll never make that in your 401k a year. And what's the difference? The difference is because your 401k, when the market goes down, you got to sit there and take losses. You got to take losses. Look at 2022. You lost 20% of your money. Now, this last rally from October to where we are today went up 9%. You got back about 9% of that 20% loss. Now you're going to get that 9% all back. But just think about it. If you shorted, you would have never lost that 20%. You would have made 20%. And now you wouldn't be giving back your 9%. You'd be shorting and make another 9% on the way down. That's why few people make money in this business. Because 85% of the people just follow the cattle. They follow the herd. They have a herd mentality. I mean, Kramer, you got to be kidding him. Kidding me. I wouldn't follow him to, listen.
I don't know where people think things are bad if everybody says things are so amazing.
Unbelievable. I wouldn't follow him to a sausage factory. Unbelievable. Here's another one. Listen to this.
I'd much rather bet on the side of the truth. I don't know. Truth tends to work out. It sticks. And right now, the truth is much better than you might think, considering the recent action. And I wouldn't find myself bailing here. Patience is warranted.
Yeah, he said that. Same thing. Exact same thing he said with Enron. Same thing. Every time the stock went down, he'd say, buy it, buy it, buy it. And the stock would rally. And then it would turn around and go down. Bear Stearns. He said, have patience with Bear Stearns. Have patience. Stay with it. Stay with it. It's good. And what happened with Bear Stearns? Went broke. This guy's unbelievable. Look, right now the government has the largest inflation ever, the largest deficits ever, the largest net loss ever. Our government is in the hole $1.2 trillion. If it was a business, it lost $1.2 trillion. Our net worth is a negative $20 trillion, just like any business, treated like any business. Our business, the United States Corporation of America, is in the hole $20 trillion. These are the geniuses. These are the people we're supposed to follow. We have the largest national debt ever. We have the largest interest payments ever. I remember our interest payments were $100 billion. It's $600 billion. It's going to double next year. We'll be up to $1.2 trillion. They don't care. See, they keep spending. They don't care. Because see, the very top, the top 1% and the 1/100th of 1%, they make a ton of money. No matter if the market's going down, if the economy's bad, or no matter if the market's going up, the economy's good. That's what you got to do. And you can do it. If all you would just convince yourself that when a stock is going to go down, switch your position and sell it short. And you can learn how to do that with us. Nobody does shorting better than we do. So go to my site, philsgang.com. Sign up where it says get started. Work with us for 10 days. Doesn't cost you a penny. Doesn't cost you. Now, I know a lot of you, too, are now putting your money in the bond market. I get that. But these bonds are going to start coming back down. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do then? So I wouldn't run to the bond market. I know it sounds good. I'm going to put my money in for 3 months. I make 5%. But watch what happens they do with these bonds. They'll catch you on the other side. If you only learn how to go long and sell short, you never have to worry. You'll be consistent. Your income will be consistent from the stock market. It doesn't go up and down like it does with your 401k. Join the gang tonight, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.